My lawyer recommended. I got caught stealing alcohol for probably the 10th time. And he said, well, why don't you go and check out Anishnawbe Health? I was going through a lot of pain initially. I lost 3 family members, just finished burying my stepfather, maybe, 6 months before that. Trying not to drink. No, I was really scared because I don't have a status card. I had 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door, but I saw other people feeling the same pain in the circle. Very healing. I could see myself, when I was younger and a few of the guys and hear the stories, and I forgot about my pain for a while. I started learning all this stuff and then I really got into it. And it's probably the most important thing that's happened to me in my adult life anyway.
So culturally informed practice is an understanding of the Indigenous culture and also being informed with intergenerational trauma. So when patients come in for care, we are aware of this, and so we are very respectful and mindful of a better understanding of where they're coming from. Anishnawbe Health Toronto is the first place in Canada to have traditional healers on staff full-time. What that means for patients is that they have an option to do Western medicine or traditional medicine or a combination of both. Mental health and addictions disorders are very challenging to treat, and it is wonderful that we have traditional healers here because that is another avenue for our patients to go.
An important part of the healing process is to ensure of identity. Now, if you can imagine a situation where people who lost their culture to a great degree, lost their spirituality, lost their method of education, of training, lost a system of legal and recourse for wrongs that are done. The very fabrics of our society, of our people, was torn apart. And you need identity to be able to go on a healing journey. That is to restore health to yourself, to your family, to your community. Western medicine has a lot of good in it, but it cannot provide all that's needed in terms of healing mental health challenges. We need to have our medicine working alongside of it. One of the areas I think that is misunderstood and maybe not fully grasped in terms of understanding is this intergenerational kind of experience that our people have had as a result of colonialism and the whole thing of residential school. I mean, these are only facets of what transpired to our, in terms of our people.
So at Anishnawbe Health Toronto, I have the benefit of expanding my circle of care to include traditional healers. And it's been very beneficial because sometimes I have patients who don't necessarily want to follow Western medicine, but yeah, I can refer them to the traditional healers. One very good example is diabetes. Prevalence of diabetes is higher in the Indigenous population, and I can send my patients to see the traditional healer. The traditional healer can provide traditional medicines, which helps with the high sugars. The Traditional Knowledge Program directly responds to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada. It's fundamental in Indigenous health and wellness to have traditional teaching, ceremony, and healing practices.
Our traditional people, they come through a lifetime of learning, working with the kinds of things that they've picked up in terms of the healing process. It's not easy work. It takes its toll over time. So it's important to capture that knowledge, to be able to pass it on. The urgency is there, certainly. Has been for a while. And I dare say, we've lost some of those things. Our efforts to be able to kind of provide a training ground, that's what we're trying to do. And we've come to see culture and who we are as important elements in terms of our healing journey.
There's so much to learn, especially if you're not immersed in your culture, if you don't have traditional parents. But until I found out about the Creator, that's when I said, this is what I feel. This is how I can relate to that, how I can use this in my everyday life. it affected me so strongly and deeply. You know, I love the place. I think it's sacred. I really do. To sit around other people and their healing journey and me being my own, it's just so powerful.